Well, hey everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Things are pretty good here up on the mountain. We've had a few days of rain, so the project has come to a halt, but it gave me an opportunity to start sorting through and consolidating some of my footage. I've also been going through my journals, and I got another entry here to share with you. I probably won't be able to get back to the dirt work for a little while. All that freshly dug dirt has turned into like quicksand out there, so I can't do anything with the tractor. I can't even drive a vehicle in there because it's a sink out of sight. Gonna need several days of solid sunshine to get that back to where we can work in there. But making progress just the same. Started editing up a bunch of this footage, get some more videos going, hopefully get rolling with that again. Yeah, but yesterday in the pouring rain I went out and checked my trail cameras. Haven't done it in a while. Got some great footage, all kinds of cool stuff to share with you. I'm going to put another compilation together real soon. I got some footage of a little bear cub out there. I didn't see anything with the mama, just this bear cub. And lots of footage of different little families of ducks. The mama with all their little babies. Got some great close-up shots of a pair of otters. How cool is that? A bunch of different moose and everything. So I'm going to save all of that and make another little trail cam story for you. Yeah. So for right now, I'm going to pick up here. This is the last weekend of deer season in 1983. It's a beautiful day here in the screen porch. I'm going to read the journal entry to you. I've got my dump shirt on. Actually, both of these shirts came from the dump. And a new pair of Walmart readers with some big dark frames. That way I can see them and not crush them. Sometimes I need my glasses to find my glasses, you know. Yeah, so I'm making out pretty good at the dump, so I got some more stuff to share with you there too. And it's kind of funny because now it's different. When Mom goes to town, she sometimes says, "Hey, I'm going to town. Do you need anything from the dump?" Yeah, we make out pretty good up here, man. Okay, so the last weekend of deer season. I came up on Friday night, and I've certainly had my share of laughs since I got here. It's another full house with Mom and Dad, John with Jason and Nicole, and Ray and Brian. I haven't been able to come up here lately, and I've really missed this place. I've done very little hunting this year because I've burned up most of my season working. I want to be out of the city before my next birthday, and my cabin's a long way from livable. I'm doing all I can to change that, but progress comes slow. It seems no matter how much extra money I make, there's extra bills tagging along with it. It's a continuous circle of money in, money out, and I never seem to get on top of it. Familiar story, huh? I put up a notice at work where I'm looking for odd jobs, and I've earned a few bucks from that. And I just started selling scrap metal, and that's work looking promising. I'll be out of the rat race and into my cabin one way or another. I often think it would be easier just to move into it now and tough it out, rather than stay where I am and have so much of my income bled away with rent and bills. I'm leaning heavy in that direction, which is pretty much what I did. And even though I moved there after working on it quite a bit, I still toughed it out, let me tell you. But you will find that in future episodes. But that stuff's coming soon, folks. Not too far away. Well, I'll close this book for now, have some lunch, and take a short rest before my evening hunt. A deer would certainly help with the grocery bill. And then I picked back up at 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. I hunted the ravine this afternoon, but that turned out to be frustrating. Shortly after I got into my stand, I saw an orange hat going by. I don't think the guy saw me, he just wandered through. Shortly after he disappeared, I saw another hunter, but this one saw me and came over and started chatting. This annoyed me because I'm out there looking for deer and not new friends. He finally left and the woods were quiet for a bit, but then another hunter came through right at the witching hour. I stayed in my stand until dark, but saw nothing except for the hunters. There's an awful lot of woods out here, but everyone comes to hunt the ravine. I wish Dad had purchased more land than he did. It would be nice to have more elbow room because everyone seems to hunt behind the camp. Well, I own those woods now. So I put the kibosh to that bull poopy. Funny how it all worked out though, huh? Isn't it? I was frustrated, but all that changed when I got back to the camp. It was like a party in here. Nobody saw any deer, but they were celebrating anyways. There were 2 big pots of lobsters boiling on the stove, and what a great feed we had. Everyone was in the best of spirits, and it was good to see Mom and Dad doing more laughing than bickering. It was a great evening all around. Dad dumped the lobster shells behind the outhouse, and just a few minutes ago he shined a light out there and we could see a raccoon enjoying them now too. Always nice to see the critters out here. So tomorrow I'll hunt another spot, but I haven't decided where yet. I plan to head home tomorrow sometime after lunch, but I'll swing by my cabin and grab all my canned goods before the heavy freeze sets in. Then it's back to the rat race until further notice. I really hope this odd job thing works out, and I've been brainstorming about this scrap metal gig. I think it's going to be a money maker, and I've got some ideas to try. Wait till I tell you about that. All the cash I make from this stuff will go into my cabin. I won't let it go anywhere else. Okay, so enough for today. Early to bed, early to hunt. Here we go again. Okay, I don't really know where I got the idea for selling scrap metal, but my job, I worked a 3rd shift job at a company that made printed circuit boards and other stuff. And I worked on the downstairs where all the machine shops were, and I had a no-brainer job. I swept out the machine shops and mopped the floors and picked up the trash and stuff like that. It was a good gig for me because I could get most of my work done, go get comfy in one of the offices, take a little nap, wake back up, do a little bit more work, and end my night. And then I would go out and do other stuff, make bucks during the day. I was trapping shiners and digging worms, and then I started doing these odd jobs, and I was double dipping, doing what I could to build that cabin. Well, when I was sweeping up the machine shop floors, there were lots of shavings of copper and other metals. So some of it would go into barrels, and a lot of the other stuff would go into a dumpster. So I just started putting small bags of that into my little cooler and bringing it home with me. I saw no harm in doing that. And it was a little at a time. And you always hear me talking about accumulation, right? Accumulation. So I was accumulating this stuff, and I brought it to a scrap metal place, and I got paid for it. And the copper was bringing a few bucks, you know? So I worked downstairs, and there was this old guy working upstairs where the assembly was. And when they were making the printed circuit boards, there was all these little needles. There were contacts, and they were gold plated. And that guy would just take it or sweep it all up and throw it in the dumpster. So I was giving him a hand one night because he had a injury, and I'm seeing all of this stuff go into the dumpster. So I grabbed a few of his little bags from upstairs, and now this is everything he swept up. It was everything on the floor: cigarette butts, trash, dust, dirt, and these gold contacts. So I brought a few of those home, and I put them in a 5-gallon pail of water, and I put a hose into that, and I just let it run. And the pail would just keep overflowing, and all of the dust and dirt and cigarette butts would float to the top and flow out of it. And what was left at the bottom were the gold contacts. I had like a little sluice box going. And I didn't even know if the scrap metal place would buy them. And I brought them there, and well, let me tell you what, they were bringing a hell of a lot more money than that copper was. So I was doing that for a while, and I had a really good gig going until the company found out what I was doing and canned my ass. Yep. Out the door I went. Oh. But it was actually a blessing in disguise, because I left that place and I got a job with Continental Paving, and they had paving and pipe, and I was on the pipe crew and started driving dump trucks and running some heavy equipment. And that's where I started learning about running a backhoe and stuff like that. And I worked there for a few months, and then I moved to my cabin, which you will find out sometime soon, because we're encroaching on that wonderful date. Yep. So anyway, that's just another chapter of my life of chasing dreams. You have a wonderful day. All the best to you folks, and God bless.